14.
I hope that.
Right?
No. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. 14.
Yeah,
yes.
14.
Yeah. Just
Of my podcast, His Man Cave, Glenn Stewart.
Johnny Gates.
Yep, we've also got Garen Lindsay over there. That's my cousin.
That's this guy.
And then on this side, you'll see silent Tony Romo stunt double, my little brother. I'm in post. Also, we have the voice of Ben Deaton.
Do y'all want to share?
Welcome to the show.
Share that microphone? Will it
Y'all
reach
wanna-
to him?
What?
I'm perfectly fine without a microphone.
Oh, well, you can actually hear him pretty good whenever he talks.
It sounds like you've got him in the corner when he talks. That
You
works.
don't-
That
Nobody-
works perfect.
Don't put Tony in the corner.
Nobody.
Nobody puts Tony in the corner. Oh, shit.
You want your headset back?
No, I'm good. It don't matter to me.
My
He's-
ears are hot.
Yeah, it happens.
Well,
I
that's what-
definitely don't want them back now with your ears sweat all
Well,
over.
they're not that hot yet.
Not yet.
At least
Do I need to turn the air
I really
conditioner
feel
on?
it's
No,
good
no,
for
we're
his
good.
confidence that he's like, my ears are hot. You know, that's a good self-confidence builder here.
I emphasized on the T. Hot.
Hot.
It's hot.
All right.
So, Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving's coming up.
You said you
That
wanted.
is a fact.
You said you wanted to rant.
Okay, so does your family get together, like all of them, or y'all just not close?
I mean, we do things, but we're odd. We're oddly spaced. There's a lot going on.
Okay, so-
we're realistic and we all have lives.
Oh, well, my family still lives in the land of fucking make-believe.
Well, there's something to be said for all that.
No, well, now there's just group text, but they don't include everyone's wife in it. So some people are just kind of out in the nether regions of time and space, and they're just they're texting relatives that, like my cousin Tony, love him to death, not cooking shit for Christmas. What are you doing with your fucking hands?
Hey man, what's up with you? Hold on, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but what's up with you and your family and fucking fingers? What happened to your finger?
You know, this happened when I was 8 years old, and for the last 4 years, I've been trying to think of a really cool story, but I don't have
The real story is pretty
Nah,
cool.
The real
look-
story is I was playing with a fucking washing machine, and we had taken like all the clothes out, and or so we thought, dun dun dun, and we were putting our hands in it while it was spinning, and my buddy had a little fork plugged into the thing to keep it running.
Redneck.
Yeah.
No, been there. Yeah, no, been there.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
I used to draw on the top of it, but anyway, what
You gotta
happened?
Do it once.
Yeah,
Don't do it once.
don't do
But
it.
I put my hand in there, and a shirt was wrapped around the bottom and spun up around it. And when it wrapped around my finger, it started cutting the
Ooh.
circulation off.
Yeah.
So I told the guy that was holding it, I said, hey, man, take that fork out, or I'm going to punch you in the face. He said, you can't punch me in the face, your hand's stuck. So I ripped my hand back to punch him in the face, and
Wow.
part of the finger wasn't there.
Ouch. All right, that is a pretty cool story, but we can change it a little bit and make it, instead of a washing machine, it could be an alligator
Yeah.
or maybe a bear.
Well,
That's
growing
when-
up, it was Glenn. That was what
when
everyone
you were-
changed it to. Everybody said.
Growing up, he used to
You
tell
ate-
people that
you
I got
ate his
hungry
finger
because
and
I
ate
was a
his
fat
fucking
kid and
finger.
ate his
You
fucking
fat
finger.
motherfucker.
I know.
Yeah,
Or he would
You
do this thing where he'd
Glenn
put it
likes
like
finger
he'd put it
foods.
up in his nose just a little
I
bit and
love
act
it.
like
No,
he
you have to do that.
yeah, like he fucking ripped it out.
Yeah.
But it was the longest time they're like,
God,
oh my
you did it for
god.
gold.
Like I had a hard time in school anyway. But no, then the rumor went around. Hey, you know what Glenn did? He got mad at his brother and ate his fucking finger.
Why did he get? He got mad. Yeah, he ate the last of the cheesy puffs and ate his fucking finger. Fat bastard. He wanted the caramello. Or no, what are those things called? Rollos. What are they called?
Rolos.
My
Rollos,
brother
that'd be his
doesn't have a
finger.
black finger filled with chocolate.
It's caramel.
And caramel.
Yeah, get your
Caramel.
shit together.
Well, it's the wrong fucking candy bar.
Well, I mean, it's still a little bitty.
My dad is one of my favorite people in the world, but
That's nice.
this is how super sensitive he is. So I am now a kid missing a finger. They made me go to like counseling, and
Oh.
the counselor's like, I don't know why he's here. Like
Yeah.
he's shoving it up his nose like he's picking his brain.
I think he's fine.
Probably go back to class.
Yeah, I
When
think
we-
the girls are gonna love it.
Oh yeah, and then we come down to my dad's house, and he's like, stick it out your zipper and shake it around.
You gotta love dads.
Thanks, Dad. Like
Yes.
I'm glad this doesn't bother me because if
Yeah.
it did,
Yeah, no, you're fucked. Yeah, shout out to all the dads out there. I mean, hey man, what's up?
I'm gonna tell you right now, my dad, like for my 16th birthday, he was telling me that we were gonna go get me a lap dance, but we had to go to Chuck E. Cheese to get it. But he doesn't say Chuck E. Cheese; he says Chunky Cheese.
Chunky cheese.
He's like, "You gonna go get a lap dance from Chunky?"
Chunky.
And Chunky's gonna come out that that mouse outfit, and he's gonna rock your world. And I said, "He and she's gonna rock your world. Chunky's a girl." We didn't go to Chuck E.
Chunky
Cheese.
in the ball pit.
All we did was we went to my Aunt Kim's house.
Oh yeah, she gave you the lap dance. No. Oh, my bad. I guess I misread where you were headed there.
Oh Lord.
Well,
No, so
So
they
anyway,
send
thanks,
they
man.
send
I'm
this
sorry.
mass text,
yeah.
and it's
Sorry.
like, "Hey, what are you bringing?" kind of thing. So I respond, "I'm bringing a turkey," and my aunt responds, "And?" And I'm like, "It's a turkey." I said, "Fine, I'll bring some mashed potatoes." And
I have no idea. He's pointing at me to do something.
So mashed potatoes.
oh yeah. So anyway, basically, but the thing was, up until the list comes back out, and it shows what everybody's bringing, and some people are just bringing like napkins and forks, and some people are bringing like brownies and corn.
Right.
So, okay, I'm about to drop $80 on fucking dinner. My thought is I expect $80 in corn to be bought.
How you gonna? Why are you dropping $80 on?
Because I buy a big fucking turkey, I have to make mashed potatoes, and I make these cowboy beans that are off the fucking chain. My point is, I'm good with, I don't mind it's the thing that they keep asking more
He's
of a...
angry because people like me bring ice.
He's just angry from the sound of it. Like he's the one that's taking it upon himself to make all this shit, and then you're bitching at everybody.
Well, look, I don't know if you noticed
You know
in
what
that
you-
group text that I am in, I did say I'm bringing cups and ice.
Okay.
that was
you
legit.
could bring forks and spoons
But you have to,
if you
look,
wanted to.
no.
That's like
Fuck
calling
all the
dibs
rest
on the
of it.
front seat. I mean, you.
But my point is like, the one, she's like, "Oh, we still need some stuff. Why don't you ask the people that are bringing fucking corn?" Like, you put 4 cans of corn in a bucket, put a little butter, salt, and pepper in there, and you're like, "Oh, I fucking made some dinner." No, if we're out of something, get them to make some other shit. Don't come asking me. It just irritates me. Don't put your hand. What are you doing with your hands? Like,
I'm bringing a smiling face and a positive disposition.
There you go.
oh, well, that's not.
No one
so
asked me
nice.
to bring anything, and I didn't.
There's
volunteer
there's
for it.
only one thing really that we even need to worry about when it comes to what somebody's bringing for Thanksgiving, and that's pie.
What kind
Yes,
of pie? What's your pie?
chocolate.
It's chocolate pie, and it's only made by one person, and I'm gonna get the first piece, and we're gonna hide the second pie.
No. I told her. See, she asked me last year because there were 3 pies, and one of them was in my bedroom.
Yeah, that's because we hid it in the bedroom and forgot that it was in the bedroom.
And then we sent her pictures of it like it was a hostage negotiation. We're like, "We found your pie. We're not, we're holding it for ransom." And she's like, "That was for everybody." No, it wasn't. That was for
You know,
us.
if you run across a situation now, you text me what you want to text that person, so it's a completely random number.
Yeah.
You missing a pie?
Well,
I've
like
got it.
I do an oven
Does it look
roast.
a little like this?
I do an oven roasted turkey, and I know you do the fried turkey.
Right.
And you've got like this whole thing you do, and that's great.
You can fucking shake your hands and make your face all you fucking
No.
want.
I mean, we've
Fucking
talked
oven
about it
roasted.
before. You do this. You do a lot to it. I do a lot to my turkey, but
My shit's simple and gangsta.
my aunt sent me a message. It was like, "Are you gonna fry the turkey?"
Are
And
you
I'm
gonna
like,
bring one of these turkeys that Johnny keeps talking about?
she doesn't watch this podcast.
No, it doesn't matter. She probably knows about my turkeys because they're just dope as fuck. You know.
Well, that's what she's gonna put in the group text. Is, "Hey, can we have one of those dope as fuck fried turkeys?"
It might have been abbreviated as DAF, but you never know.
Is that what that's?
I don't know, man.
So, but anyway, you make this oven roasted turkey.
Yeah, I told her that I was gonna do it like God intended.
Oven roasted.
Yes.
Nice.
But it just irritated me because some family members are getting away with murder. They're also the family members that like to load up their little to-go boxes before the food is blessed. So I hope it gives them the shits.
That's terrible.
Yeah, that's. You're not being thankful. You're being
Vindictive.
Yeah.
kind of being a dick.
Yeah. I hate to see how you are at Christmas.
I'm gonna get you to say the blessing this year.
Glenn was always that kid.
Dear Heavenly Father, fuck these assholes.
That's exactly what I'm expecting too, and
Glenn
nothing
always,
less.
When we opened Christmas presents, he would always like put 2 of his off to the side and let me open, so that way he could be sitting there like opening
Dead
gifts
last.
when I didn't have anything left.
Dead last.
Like even if I had more or something, he just waited so he looked like he had. Oh look, I'm still opening gifts,
Hey.
and you suck.
Yeah. Well,
That's what you get for telling people I bit your finger off.
you shouldn't have bit his finger off. You should have just
You
gone.
know, I feel really no shame
For biting off his finger?
about opening my present slower.
Oh.
I mean, I had, yeah, I was the older brother.
He was pretending to be polite.
Yeah, I was, but
With,
no.
with a secret plot to steal all of the glory at the end.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
it's
one
not
of
only
those
that.
guys.
My mom would be like, Wes, don't get aggravated, because I'd be like being real slow. I would just rip the presents open and be like, just trying to get like breaking like a safe cracker. Trying just to. Yeah, I was kind
Well,
of
I
a
mean, you're
douche.
supposed
You
to-
know what? I love you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a moment. You see this?
It is a moment.
It's a moment.
Yeah, we need to have like one of those heart things that comes in over our face.
Do y'all know what Whitney Houston's
Houston?
Whitney
Whitney Huge Tits, sorry.
Whitney
She's coming to the
Houston's
Hustler
favorite
Club.
coordination is?
I missed whatever the fuck that was.
I did too.
Yeah.
Whitney Huge Tits.
That's a stripper.
Apparently so.
This dude right here
Yeah.
is tickled pink, sir. Look at him. Keep that camera on him. Watch him fold in half.
good as the D-Rex.
Yeah, no. So, do you know what Whitney Houston's favorite coordination is? Hand I. Oh my God, I got him. I got him. I don't know if I got him or if he's still laughing at his
I think
own
he's
joke.
still laughing at
He might
the...
be still
I
laughing
sat
at
here
huge
for
tits.
like 2 seconds waiting for what was coming next, and then I was like,
Glenn, you should do a short
nice.
skit
Yeah.
Sad
of...
thing about Whitney Houston, her last famous hit was in a bathtub.
Wow, that's fucking hilarious.
can't stop laughing at this stupid thing. It makes me sound like I'm laughing at the really bad jokes, but I'm not.
Oh man, I need to do this more often.
He's having a breakdown.
Yeah, he's
this
crying.
is not this is funny. This is an emotional.
Yes.
This is a cry.
This is about Thanksgiving.
Yeah. He's really upsetting us.
I just thought about, like, Glenn, y'all have the equipment. Y'all could do a skit while Wes is here, and you could have Tony Romo running from the D-Rex. That would be amazing.
Ironically, my wife thinks Tony Romo is one of the ugliest quarterbacks ever. And so many people have told me.
Yeah,
I look
you
like
could be
Tony
his
Romo.
twin.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I had to move my phone, y'all, because what I told y'all was going to happen earlier is happening way too often.
He's getting excited.
oh man.
Do we need to take one of your phone calls? We'll take a phone call here live. On the air. Caller number 4.
You better now?
No,
You feel better?
I'll keep giggling it. But
What else did we write down that we wanted to talk about besides?
Oh,
I think you got one thing wrote down.
I know we said we want to talk about Thanksgiving, and I have nothing to vent about Thanksgiving. I'm only cooking 6 turkeys this year versus.
fun fact
30.
about Thanksgiving and the number 6. My brother informed me that you gain 6 pounds of Thanksgiving weight on average.
On average.
It's like holiday weight. I don't think it was Thanksgiving.
This is holiday.
This is
I
holiday.
think we need a
holiday
fact
season.
check on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we need a
Yeah.
fact
Oh
check.
man.
I need to slide you this keyboard, don't I? But that'll mess everything up if you try to.
Look up Whitney Huge Tits. Is that a real stripper? I need to know.
Not in my search engine, you don't.
But on mine.
Well, hell, I'll look
I
at.
don't know. My wife would understand.
Yeah.
Well, I
She's
mean,
like,
my thing
"No,
is,
no,
It's for the
no,
show.
no,
my thing is,
It's for the show.
If it's not an actual stripper's name,
It should be.
the thing is somebody all these years have been wasted.
Look, he's got it bookmarked already. I
knew Whitney.
that.
I knew
Y'all
Whitney.
ready for it?
Yeah.
According to a study published in New England Journal of Medicine, the average American's weight increases by 0.4% over Christmas and 0.2% over Thanksgiving. In total, this amounts around 1 pound gained per holiday season for the average person.
Man, their families must not be able to cook, because I can easily gain like 8 pounds on Thanksgiving
Well,
Day.
maybe not this year, unless you're eating a lot of corn.
No, I wish.
Sounds
look,
like a bunch of corn's being
yeah.
brought.
I'm going to
so-
tell you right now, it
corn,
should be.
ice, and
It
cups.
should be. I really feel like if I spend $80, she should spend $80 in corn.
After your viewers
Oh
just stop
man,
watching.
yeah, dude, because you're being completely just ridiculous.
Yeah, they're all bringing corn.
I hate people like you that are like, man, if I'm spending $80, everybody else should. Nobody fucking asked you. You could have said, I'm bringing fucking tampons and goddamn dreams, and she just asked, what are you bringing? You're the one that decided turkey, fucking yams, and butternut squash or whatever the fuck you said. That's on you.
Did I say anything?
You said something about cowboy beans turkey, and something else.
Yeah,
What was the other thing?
mashed potatoes.
Mashed
You
potatoes.
really wanted to
How
do
hard?
it.
How expensive is mashed potatoes? What kind of fucking turkey? I bought 2 turkeys for $20. And a bag of potatoes is what, $5? That's $25.
You're taking this very seriously.
How much are cowboy
I
beans?
think it's really funny, the idea of 50 pounds of corn.
how
being
much,
forced
how much
upon
are cowboy
somebody.
beans?
It's not the beans, it's the butter and the salt.
It's $80 worth of butter and salt.
Milk. It's
not the
pots,
beans, it's the butter.
pans. I mean, you gotta buy.
You got to
all
buy
the-
all of this shit every
You go
year.
in and you
Wow.
on Black Friday.
I had to
After-
buy a new fryer this year to fry all these turkeys.
Congratulations.
No.
You love that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
You know,
Yeah.
one year someone asked me if I'd go make the turkey for Thanksgiving.
You passed.
I passed.
I knew it. I didn't mean to step on your punchline. I'm sorry. I do it apparently all the time. I'm sorry about that.
Oh no, it's wonderful. So before we came out here, we were watching the Simpsons Thanksgiving special,
Okay.
and it was called like Gobbleliptico. Like it was supposed to be a parody of Apocalypto. Apocalypto, yeah,
Okay.
something like that. Anyway, but it was basically from a turkey's point of view. Anyway, so yeah, but it was like gruesome as fuck. It was like blood and heads and shit getting blown off, and it was just, to me, it was a lot more gruesome than I remember The Simpsons. It wasn't as wholesome.
Was this the first time you've watched Simpsons in a while?
Yeah, it's been a minute. Yeah,
I hadn't watched it in a long time.
Last time I watched it, Bart Simpson would come out and tell me not to be a bad kid at the end.
Then he'd say, "Eat my shorts." Yeah.
Eat my shorts, grab a Butterfinger before they change the flavor of this shit. And
Man, I remember when they did that. You were pissed off as fuck.
I wrote their company. I was so pissed off that I took time out of my day to write
A
Butterfinger.
very angry letter to Butterfinger. Yeah, when they changed the original
When did they
recipe.
change their formula?
About what?
Year ago.
Around my wedding day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But you know what? To be fair, they wrote me back.
What they say? Eat shit, motherfucker. We don't care about you. You're one goddamn 50-cent spending motherfucker. Fuck off. Enjoy it or don't. Fuck you. That's what they
used
said.
fancier words.
Oh,
But
that's
they did like
ultimately-
it was a personalized response. So I was
That's cool.
I was actually like, man, maybe I'll go buy one of those nasty pieces of shit.
So what? Like
They
it?
did nice.
So Did they announce that it was changing, or
Yes.
did you grab one and eat it and like, wait a minute?
No,
I
they
grabbed one
said that was
and,
changed.
Like, so you notice that the wrapper's like different color. Okay, whatever. And it says new formula. Like, fuck it. And, you know, I've liked Butterfinger my whole life. And then I ate it and immediately put it down. I was like, don't ever buy these again.
Oh
And I
wow.
wrote
So-
them, and they wrote back like, hey man, sorry you don't like it. Like, we're trying new things. We're always willing to take advice. And because I put in there like, my wife bought me these, and she knows I love them. That's like the only thing she knows about me. So now that this sucks, she's not gonna be able to buy me anything anymore. They're probably gonna call me Steve. And
That's funny.
and they're
That's
like,
dramatic, but funny.
yeah, they're like, hey man, sorry to hear that we may
That-
have caused you divorce. Like
Well,
they
yeah.
actually like wrote back.
Sorry to
But
hear
what
that a
did
candy
what
bar.
did they change?
They changed like inside so it doesn't stick to your teeth. You know, when you eat a Butterfinger, you want to remember it for like 2 or 3 days. 'cause
Yeah,
it's
if your
back
teeth
there.
don't hurt when you get done eating a Butterfinger, it's not a Butterfinger.
Yeah, now then they're not Butterfingers.
So let me get this right. He can have a divorce over a candy bar, but me bitching about corn's just your line?
I did not.
Oh no.
I did
Yeah,
not
it's just
think
you.
about
It's you talking. I take offense to. That's what it is.
I was just
Yeah,
clearing it
no.
up.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I have no problem with like you bitching about that. It's just you bitching. Just ugh.
I know, right? Just
Makes me
me in
sick.
general. Oh,
God
God,
damn.
he's talking.
It makes me look like he did whenever I was talking about my son shitting in
Oh
the
God.
pack and play.
Oh.
I could tell you about my mom fed. She look.
No.
He was like 18 months, maybe 19 months, and he was just starting to really eat food. He was eating Taco Bell. She'd fed him Taco Bell and Oreos, and then made him a bottle of formula for the ride home. And she lives out in Blanchard, and we lived in Highland. And we drive home, and I get him out of the car, and he's like, he had slammed that bottle on the ride and passed out. So I get him out of the car, and he's asleep, and I lay his head down on my shoulder, and he just sits up and goes, "Ugh," and just pukes down my shirt. It's like on my chin, on the side of my face. It's in my beard and down my shirt. And I walk in, and my wife's like, "Hey, what the fuck?" And I'm like, "Just get me something give me a towel or something." It's all over me, all over him. I got taco meat in my taco meat. Oh, it was so bad. Oh, yeah, it was great.
That's the one point in my life where I would have thrown a child.
Yeah.
Not, I would have done it on purpose. I mean, I love my children, but it puked. God, I mean,
Shit don't
You're on
bother
your
me
own,
at all.
fucker.
Does
You
not
know?
bother me. He shit on my neck one time going into a Shreveport Captains game. He was sitting up on my neck, ha ha ha, and man, I was like, damn it. She said, what? And I was like, he just shit. She said, oh, can you smell it? And I was like, no, it's running down the back of my neck. And she was like, no way. And it was up his shirt. It was all over the place. And we actually ran into one of the news guys that was the sports guy. He was like, do y'all have any wet wipes? And I turned and looked at him, and his fucking face was melting off because he had so much makeup on. And it was so hot and humid. I shit you not. It was like, whoa, yeah, no, here, take the whole fucking bag. Yeah, that shit was nuts. But yeah, my son, I had to walk into the game and buy a new shirt. And I took the shirt that I was wearing off at the counter and threw it in the trash can and put the new shirt on and made my wife sit at the top of the bleachers with me because I knew everybody was going to smell the shit on the back of my neck. That's all I could smell. Is all I could talk about. We ended up leaving like 45 minutes later. I was like, fuck, we got to go. I got to go take a shower. I got to get the shit off of me. And she was like, there's nothing on you. I can feel it. I was freaking out about it. But, yeah, he shit. It was all I can still feel it right now where it was. It's cold right there.
Well, like
Shit down my
they're
neck.
visiting for the week, you
Where
know.
y'all from? Where y'all at?
Well, no, he lives here.
Oh,
We just drove in from. Well, we drove in from San Diego. Left. We came in for a day. Went to South Carolina because we're moving to Charleston. Picked all of our stuff up and then drove back down here a day later.
okay. So this is going to be a long shot. So you're in the.
Navy.
Can I say that?
I don't know.
Okay, in San Diego.
Yes.
Do you know a guy named Jason Moss?
Holy shit. No.
I was hoping you did.
A lot of people in the Navy.
Yeah. No, I know. That's why I said it was a long shot.
A
But
lot of people named Jason.
yeah, it's my brother-in-law.
No,
Well,
I don't know.
He lives in San Diego.
His
We didn't really.
He
know anybody
trains stuff on
wasn't in the Navy.
submarines. Like he does something like that. I don't know if I can say any of this or not.
I
I don't know if I
so
should edit that out.
so what I was going to tell you is
Yeah.
his nephew. I mean, my nephew, his son, is God. He's gotten really good at honing in his smart ass.
Yes.
Yeah, like I mean, and I don't know who he learned it from at all. Not at all. But anyway, it's like pitch black in the car the other night, and we're driving somewhere, and you just hear him go, "So, why didn't you let me know you had a podcast?" And I was like, "Well, you know, I thought you followed me on Facebook." He's like, "You expect me to look at what you're talking about on social media? Nah." But then I've lost all the weight, and so he's been doing nothing but making relentlessly accurate fat jokes.
Yes.
And he did this. He goes, "I couldn't make them when you're fat because they were offensive. Now that it's not offensive, it's free game."
Yes.
So he did this. He's like, you know, that basically he's like, "Uncle Glenn, you were one step away from diabetes. I bet you used to be so fat you were a sit-down comedian."
Ayo.
Yeah, that's all he does. It's just constantly. Someone's like, "Oh, man, Wes, you're so thin." He's like, "You know who's not? Uncle Glenn." He's the kid that'll walk up to me, flop my belly skin, and be like,
It's your fault, Wes.
Still fat."
No.
Not my fault.
Like,
I go on deployments.
Good job, kid.
Look,
would
if
be
he
around
hadn't
him.
have bit your finger off when y'all were kids,
Yeah.
you would have taught your son different.
I'm just saying, whenever Glenn used to take him to Walmart, like the first thing he would say, this was before Glenn was married, he would walk him around and be like, "All right, we're looking for the skinny ones. We don't want no fat girls." Like,
Fat girls need not apply.
he's like 2-3 years old. Like, he doesn't know anything, and Glenn's like, "Stay away from the
I
fat ones."
remember when Colby did that at Walmart. He was behind a huge black dude. He was like 4. And he's standing there and he just goes, "Hey, hey, hey, it's Fat Albert."
we were in Walmart, and my nephew looked at this woman, she's big woman, and he's like, "Uncle Glenn, that lady's got a big butt." And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, that's a pretty accurate observation, you know, so there's no reason to correct a behavior because it's honest. You don't get mad at the National Geographic guy when the baby antelope gets eaten, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got to watch shit go down.
That's true.
This woman turned around like I said it. And she's like, "You're not going to say anything to him?" And I'm like, "Yeah, Wes, you shouldn't say stuff behind people's back. That's rude." And he's like, "Lady, your ass is like that." And I got slapped, but I digress. I don't know exactly where he got it from, but apparently it is torturing my brother because it is always accurate observations. And I don't correct behaviors that I find to be correct.
I correct with the because I said so, and because I'm your daddy. I don't care if he's right or I'm right.
Yeah,
I'm his daddy, and
I said it.
I said it.
Well, no, the other day his exact quote was, "Why do I leave them with you?" Because I said something like, don't pay too much for a hooker or some shit like that. It was just good uncle advice. You only get one. If you decide you're gonna kill one, you only get one. I'm only burying one body. Don't fuck it up. I told him that when he was 8. And he's like, "Why do I leave my kids with you?" I can't do that with your son because your son's like angelic. He's such a sweet child.
Yeah, but he's gonna be the one. that
Yeah,
comes
but
out
my
and-
kid's gonna be the one that is. You're gonna be like, I'll only bury one. Okay.
All right, well then I'll bury the other
He
one.
pulls,
Yeah.
he pulls out a notebook of promises you've made. Like,
Yeah.
"Okay, one hooker. All right, well.
Well,
Look,
Daddy bought me a new gun
Now,
for
in
Christmas.
my defense, so I'm the cool uncle because he calls me and he's like, "Hey, can we go fishing?" It's 32 fucking degrees last night, so fucking cold, and we are freezing our asses off trying to convince fish that they're hungrier than they are, and I'm just sitting there and I'm like, God, y'all are lucky that that y'all have better uncles.
Where were y'all fishing at?
Sabine,
Well, we have a long-standing tradition of going to the Sabine River in the middle of the night and not catching shit. But normally we get at least one goo. But normally never the fish that we're going to catch.
Whole bag of snipes.
no,
No, normally one. There's
One snipe, yeah,
there's
at least-
usually out of the
There's a
6 or
hunt.
8 people, there's usually one person that's going to get lucky enough to catch a goo.
Damn.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, the part that got me last night is I thought my nephew, because he doesn't make good grades, but I forget he's intelligent. Last night I was like, "Oh, you dropped your pocket, Wes," and you just hear in the darkness, "I'm not an idiot, Uncle Glenn." Like, just-
Fuck off, asshole.
yeah, it's bad. I know that's what he's thinking.
Yeah. I hear my daughter say that shit all the time. "Oh, eat a dick, Dad," but she's just like, okay, whatever. I know what you meant.
Yeah,
I know
but
what you meant.
Wes is more like, "Fuck you," but he's like, "I love you, Dad."
Yeah.
It's never "I love you." Like if my son like ever randomly tells me like, "I love you, Dad," I'm like, "Fuck do you want?"
Yeah.
What'd you do?
What happened? Yeah.
Yeah, did you burn something?
What's
It's-
broken?
Yeah. Where's your sister? Is she
Yeah.
on fire?
Yeah, no shit. Well, you said you'd help me bury something, right?
Both of my kids got me wrapped. Both of them. I
Yeah,
tell
no-
them, go to bed. Raylan runs in there and she's like, "I love you, Daddy. On a peak bicycle." I mean, that's it.
Well, let's
Jace-
go to the store.
Yeah, I mean, Jace is the same way. You tell him something, and like, I can say, "Jace, son, it's time to go to bed. It's 9:30," and he'll literally look at you, and like his eyes start to tear up,
Glisten.
and he's just, and it's like, if you don't say anything to him, he'll just stand there and look like that. It's like, decision hasn't changed. You still got to go to bed.
Man, I had to whoop my son's ass Friday.
Which one?
Jonah.
Oh, that's the wild one.
Yeah, and he
That's
He
his
was
son
not-
that doesn't give. He gives zero fucks.
he has no fucks to give, sir. Dude, the other day, I come in the house and Jackson's like, and I'm like, what the? And you could tell he got.
He got.
I mean, because his face is red, his eyes all like, and I'm like, what the fuck happened? And my wife's in there like yelling at Jonah, and apparently Jonah and Jackson were fighting, and Jonah got like Jackson did something to piss Jonah off. I guess he hurt him a little bit, and Jonah like pushed Jackson back and got him off and like on his back, and then jumped down and put his hand on his neck and was just whopping him in the eye.
How old are they?
Jonah's 5 and Jackson's 10. And Jackson's a black belt taekwondo. He's a big kid, you know what I'm saying? He can hold his own, but man, Jonah is legit a scrapper. Like, I mean, he is natural with it. Like, he will man, that little dude's insane. But yeah.
Well, my son's like really small.
That's how
He's
he is.
5. He's really
That's how
small,
he
but
is.
he's really quick, and I thought it was hilarious. You ever? I know you have, but the old like 70s, Bush porn where they did the slap, where they take and they hold their hand just right and they pop it, I taught him that. He does it to his mother constantly. It's hilarious. She will bend over to pick something up in the living room, and it's like this kid waits for the opportunity. He would come out of nowhere in a full sprint, do the pop, and then be gone. and he's back in the other room.
And you need to clarify. Where's he smacking her at?
Yeah, that's right.
Smacks her on the ass.
Okay,
every
on the
fucking
ass.
time.
Yeah, I was.
All right, because you said the bush. I thought you was smacking
I
your
know,
wife's
but
pussy.
I mean, you know what I'm saying. It's the old school, you know.
He just licked his hand.
Bow, mama, take that, bitch. Oh shit, son, no.
If he ever,
What
if
I
he saw
told you
you
in
do that,
confidence, man. Told you not to-
If he saw the reaction that everybody had at this table, he would change his attack.
Man.
I would go, oh.
Oh no!
No, man, Jonah was not expecting the ass whooping he got, though. He was not. Because he fought me, like I pulled him out of the car. He called his mama stupid. He called his sister stupid. He called his teacher stupid. And calling his teacher stupid is what started all of it. And my wife said, I'm dropping him off with you and I'm taking the other ones wherever they were going. I was like, all right. And I get out there and he's mad and he's kicking and screaming and he starts kicking. Like when I go to pick him up out of the car, he like pushes at me. And I'm like, you might want to stop, bro. And he does it again. And I get him out of the car and I'm carrying him in the house and he's like hitting me on my shoulders like, and I'm like, bro, you know we're outside and as soon as that door closes, all of this changes, right? And he's like, he reared back to do it again and he stopped as I said that. And he was like, damn. And I saw him deflate. And then we walked in the door, and when we walked in the door, I didn't do anything immediately, and he fired right back up, like thought, oh no, this dude's soft. Nuh-uh. That door shut, made it to that hallway, got him in his bedroom, and I whooped his man, and his eyes got about as big around as that fucking punching bag over there.
One time, I was in the race car shop, and the boys are in the house. And you just hear my nephew Zayden screaming bloody murder. And what has happened is his brother Wes has decided he was going to set a trap for his brother. And whatever he did to him, not only did it scare him, but it was obviously, well, I mean, I wasn't there, but whatever it did, it invoked his whine response. So I'm in the shop and I stick my head out and scream. I'm like, y'all fucking stop that bullshit. And they stopped. But as soon as I went back to work, you can just, you know what's going on. They're like, he ain't coming in here. What we're going to do is we're going to keep doing what he told us to stop doing. All of a sudden, I silently walk up the stairs, go down the porch, open the door. Little Wes has got a towel of some sort, and he is just welling on Zayden with just pop, slap, and you just hear Zayden is screaming. When I came around the corner, Wes stops, and he's like, Uncle Glenn, no, and just darts, not realizing that, I can catch him now. The game is on. And I mean, you just cue the national do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh, man, I won. I mean, it wasn't a hard fight, but I won.
Yeah.
Anyway, my point is, it scared the shit out of him.
Yeah.
And then his friend was telling you yesterday, he's like, I don't know. He was talking about me, and I was just sitting there looking at this kid, but I was like this, looking at him, and apparently my general face and demeanor made this child cry.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And he's like, I don't know what it was, but he was so intimidating, and he's just getting tickled. He's tickled. Pinky's like, Glenn, maybe you should do something about your face if you're making kids cry.
We had so just since it's the holidays, my son was I don't know, he was 6 maybe, and for anyone who doesn't know what the Krampus is, it's Christmas demon that comes and takes bad kids and
Eats them or something, right?
No,
Fucks them in the ass,
he
something like that.
carries a bag of switches, drags them outside into the street, and whips the shit out of them.
so my son.
That's
had-
all?
That's it. The original. Now, the horror movie, he does other shit, like locks them into another domain in a different world
Okay.
in which they wake up,
Yeah,
and it's a
that happened to me
parallel
once,
universe.
But so
That happened to
anyway,
you? That's exactly how it went down with
Yeah,
me.
that's what he
Well,
does.
we can talk about Grandma
So,
later. It's okay.
But so we had told him about the Krampus, trying to get him to kind of act right, and Glenn starts taking pictures of himself dressed up in his this werewolf costume from Halloween, and it's just the hand, but it's like outside the window, and it like every day he's like, we saw the Krampus, he's getting closer, and he's like showing him pictures of this thing getting closer to him,
Like coming in the front door,
like every single night, and so like the last night it's like
above his face.
something like above his face, and he starts crying. So we're laughing like good adults, This kid is fucking mortally terrified.
Yeah.
He's
We
You
tortured the kids. It's
no,
good.
no,
That's
you
good
would have
parenting.
you would have been in on it with us. So don't even
And
play.
My
I wouldn't
wife's-
have.
My wife's upset. She's all pissed off. She's like,
Oh, she's furious.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't believe
Is
you
this-
torment him like this. Now, this is the lady who took a cell phone whenever they first came out with, like, talk to text and put it under his bed. He's, like, 2.5. And she starts texting it so it'll speak, and she's like, I am a monster. I am under your bed. I'm going to eat you. And so this is, like, he's laying down sleeping for the night.
Yeah, she can't bitch at you about that.
He's 6 years old when I do this, but I'm
That's
sitting there,
so
I'm like, Jess, this
genius.
is too much. And then like he gets up and she's like texting like, don't leave your room or I'll get you.
Oh shit!
And he's like freaking out
Puts
in
his
his
feet
room.
back up on the mattress.
And
Nuh-uh.
then he finally like braves it and takes a run, and she's like texting like, ha 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 ha. And he's like, there's a monster in my room, and I'm trying to convince him that there's not. And I get yelled at because I convinced the kid that Krampus was going to give him a spanking.
That's almost another spin on the Uncle Joey taking his eyeball out and putting it on the damn.
I use that as a
dresser
joke.
at night.
Is that yeah.
True
Have
story.
you heard that joke? So in the joke, my uncle Joey shot his eyeball out with a nail gun. And he had a glass eye. Ironically,
Somebody
whenever
else shot it out. He just pulled it out.
Yeah.
whatever. My point is my cousin Christy was sitting there one day and she's just chewing on this impossibly to be chewed on gumball, and it's Uncle Joey's eye. and
This fucking jawbreaker is hard as fuck.
so if you want to watch my cousin cringe, just be like, hey, how'd your dad's eye taste? And she's like, that's not funny. You shouldn't be around. But my uncle would come in there and he'd be like, look, if y'all came over for a sleepover, not a slumber party. Slumber parties are fun. Sleepovers are for sleep.
Yeah.
And he'd be like,
Yeah, there's no fucking playing at a sleepover.
Yeah,
go
no,
to
like,
bed.
you know what
Right.
that means? That means lights out 7:30. Don't fuck around, especially him.
Yeah.
Like
I'm the one. I got the eyeball first.
So look, he goes.
I was tormented by a fucking eyeball that
So he-
came out of my uncle's head.
So he would do this. He'd go and remember, Uncle Joey's always got an eyeball on you, and he'd just leave that son of a bitch places.
The first time he ever did it, I shit you not, my cousin had bunk beds, and we would sit up and fucking play Street Fighter and whatever, whatever we
Right.
had. And we were being loud, and Uncle Joey had finally had enough. And outside of just coming in there whooping the shit out of us, I guess he got smart and thought it was going to be funny. And went in there and pulled his eye out. And, we were young. He pops his eye out, and he sets it on the dresser. And he's like, if y'all fucking move, I'm going to whoop y'all's ass, and I can see you. I was like,
Yeah.
I sat on the top bunk of that bed, and I
Going to
legit,
bed.
I didn't blink. No, I didn't go to bed. There was no fucking sleep. I didn't
You had to
blink.
stare down.
I looked at that fucking eyeball all night long. It did not move. I'm telling you.
It didn't focus on you.
I'd have peed on myself if I'd had to go to the bathroom because I wasn't getting out from under that blanket.
It was a long winter's night.
Yep.
Now-
My dad
And
used to leave his
sleep
teeth in ice
did not
chests.
come.
Well, really?
Yeah. You'd open up an ice chest, be like, "Oh shit, there's fucking teeth in there."
See, the werewolf hands are a classic. It's a classic Uncle Glenn scare tactic. Because I had this one niece that would get up in the middle of the night and just wander, just meander through the fucking house because she's 5 and that's what she thought was appropriate.
She's 5 and her parents got her on Ambien.
And she's sitting there. She's just no. What she would do is she'd wake up and she would just like wander through the house getting into shit. Well, I hid underneath a coffee table.
Must have been a gigantic coffee table.
Shots fired.
Coffee table, kitchen table,
Yeah.
feast
Conference table.
feast table.
Yeah, whatever.
So I was under a table.
All right. Overpass.
He was actually just some random kid
Yeah.
walking by, and he's like,
And I was actually a troll
Troll
protecting
under a bridge.
protecting a
Under a
bridge
bridge,
from
yeah,
fucking billy
right.
goats. Anyway,
Anyway.
she meanders by, and I just go, "Why are you out of the bed?" And I grabbed her fucking leg. Well, 5-year-olds will piss, and Elizabeth pissed all the way from where I scared her down the hallway, and Aunt Sue was furious because she pissed all over that living room. And she wouldn't get out of the bed forever. Now she does other things. I didn't.
Yeah,
I
that,
didn't-
it's all your fault.
I didn't scare her straight.
Every decision she's made in life is your fault,
you
Glenn.
scared her.
Thank you for being under that overpass.
I just had this
Scared
image.
crooked.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
Scared crooked.
Scared crooked. That's
He
great.
needs his own show where he just terrifies children.
Just
with
scared.
fucked up lives.
Nah,
Like,
when you're scared crooked, you
Don't go
and
into
you tell
that
them all
under-
this shit, and they're like, "What a fucking loser."
you
Jesus.
scare the shit out of them. They're like, dude, I'm gonna go do some fucking meth to deal with this.
Yeah. No, who wants to smoke a joint? Deal with this old man's problems. Fuck him.
He's really depressing the fuck out of me.
Y'all know that.
A lot of the really funny stories now that we're adults came from my Aunt Sue and Uncle Joey's house.
Oh yeah.
The majority of them did. We learned that you can kill a parakeet
You
Yeah.
can.
with weed.
Shotguns.
Yes.
Yes.
Kill a frog
My-
easier.
We
I had
killed
a
my
dog
aunt's
bark
bird.
and kill a parakeet.
We killed Aunt Sue's parakeet one night. We had a party.
Allegedly killed, right?
No,
Yeah,
this
no,
bird
no,
was
y'all
fucking
murdered
dead as a doorknob.
Jesus. Well,
She was out of
Was it
town.
delicious?
We put another parakeet in there,
Did she
And
notice?
she just now learned.
and
that
it
a
bit. No,
Today,
no.
right here.
Today,
She-
today's
yeah,
We-
the day.
we
she
told-
realized.
we
She's gonna
told
be the
her-
one that thumbs down this episode.
We told her years later, but it bit her. The new one bit her.
Why is
Josephine would have never bitten me like that. What's going on
Why is
here?
PD so aggressive?
It was hilarious because she went to the bird bit her, and she was like, "That bird's never bit me before."
Ever.
And we were sitting back there trying not to laugh because we couldn't tell her at the time, of course. But
Right.
I mean,
I was staying at his house one night when he lived in this trailer, and we kept hearing this mighty ruckus that was coming in. And like, I don't know what it was, but there's not a lot that scares me like if I can see it. Like if you jumped out and be like, oh, look at that. But when it's dark, it's really funny because he's not a small guy, I'm not a small guy, but the noise that's coming down this hallway sounds like a fucking bear is trying to get into his house. And so we're sitting there, and me and him go walking down there because we're going to be brave, for the ladies. This fucking possum shoots out from behind his dryer, and you would have been, we're like, oh shit, that's the biggest rat I've ever seen in my life. He grabs a baseball bat or what, golf club or something, and just swings it at it, and you just hear, ba-doot, and it flies and hits the wall and then runs back in the hole. And I'm sitting there, and he's like, crisis averted, oh hell no. And so then I don't know. That motherfucker, I don't care what he did. That's
I
some bitch
gained a
with-
new respect for possums after that
Yeah.
because, dude, that same damn possum kept pushing the little vent hose off the dryer because we had a cat, and we would put the cat food up on the washer machine, or the dryer, on top of the dryer, so the
Right.
dog couldn't get the cat food.
Right.
Well, the damn possum would push the vent hose off and
Come
climb
on.
up through there and get up there and eat the cat food.
What a piece of shit.
Well, look, even after I freaking tried to hit a home run with the possum, the damn thing had babies and brought its babies through the vent, so they knew how to get into the house.
So now they're officially rats.
So we,
That's how
like,
I feel about it.
my wife, she's walking down the hallway, and she's, the damn possums are, you walk up on a possum at night, and they just open their mouth and hiss at you. It's
Yeah,
it's
it's what
freaky. It's
what they
a
do,
freaky
yeah.
little animal. But anyways, we throw a
Fucking
towel
giving
over
you
the,
thumbs up and shit.
I think
throw
they're
it-
cute as
Motherfucker's got
fuck.
hands.
I throw a towel over this thing, and I'm like, I'm getting rid of this damn possum. I said, I'm going to crack this thing with a bat. I'm finna kill this possum. So we wrap a towel around it, and I get it outside, and I get it on the porch. And a friend of mine was over there. This cat grabs a damn butcher knife and stabs this possum. I don't even know how many times. But the possum's dead. There's blood everywhere. The possum is dead.
And you ruined a towel.
An hour later, the damn possum got up and ran off.
And crawled back
And it
through
took
the-
a whopping 3 days for this thing to come back into my damn house.
Well, I had somebody ask me if I wanted to stab a possum one time.
And I passed.
Right.
But is it going to rain?
That's a home run from Tony Romo right there.
That's right. That's right.
Grand slammed it, 4 points.
Grand slam. I did it. Oh, man.
Y'all seen that new Tesla truck?
No.
Junk.
That shit looks weird.
Junk.
That thing looks like my fucking finger. Fucked up and useless.
That's a good story.
No, it's not. It's too close to when it happened. Your brother-in-law. You know what I wanted to do that
Hey,
too?
we're doing it again.
You know, no, we're not. I promise you.
Well,
I
no.
will not. You can go fuck yourself for your birthday. You're gonna be a sad, fucking lonely fella.
I was lonely that night.
No.
So you came over and brought the craziness with
I
you.
didn't bring it over. Your sister brought it over, and I'm gonna clear something else up. I was gonna do that 10-year thing that they're doing on Facebook and
thought
post
you
a,
did.
yeah, but no, I was gonna post a picture of my finger not fucking disabled, and then I was gonna be like 2019. Thanks.
I don't know who just has like 10-year-old pictures of their hands, but apparently Glenn
The hand model.
I was up until that. And
I
this
got a
is it.
10-year-old picture of one thing on my body that's not my face.
I can-
Alright? And that's because the cloud saved it.
Yeah.
And
Like,
then
I
he-
went through my cloud. Someone told me the other day how to look at my cloud, and I went through, and I was like, okay, I got in my cloud some titties, okay, and this dick.
Whose dick is
Whose
that?
dick
Oh, that's
is
my
this?
dick.
And I'm like looking, I'm like, that looked big. Like I took a good photo. Like this is one that I probably saved. So I'm like, and just a bunch of Pokemon pictures, and I'm like,
Titties,
man,
titties, Pokemon,
if
Pokemon,
Verizon
Pokemon,
is
dick,
trying to,
Pokemon,
like-
Pokemon.
if Verizon is trying to figure out who I am, they'd be like, this guy likes 3 things. He likes tits. He likes dicks. And he loves fucking Pokemon. This guy's 12 years old.
Tits, dicks, and Pokemon. All right. Sounds like a barbecue.
I don't like the Tesla truck.
I don't either.
Junk.
I like the tires and rims.
Would you pass?
I'd pass on it, yeah. I think it looks like it should have been in the Super Troopers movie.
Look, we were talking about, me and you were talking about earlier.
Snosberries taste like snosberries.
Yeah, but the Tesla truck looks like shit. But me and you were talking about earlier, like I feel like they were advertising a 4-wheel drive aspect, an off-road aspect of it. They fucking put a 4-wheeler in the back of it. But where the fuck are you going to charge it
All
in
right,
the mountains?
I've thought about that since we had that conversation, literally just now.
Right.
There's a feature, and I'm gonna have to. This needs to be trademarked. They can just they can put a little paddle wheel on there. They can just drive up by the creek and drop it down and have them a little turbine charge their batteries.
Put a solar panel on it and park it out in the mountains.
All right,
Yeah, for
that's
a
way
month.
more practical, but
For a
I didn't
month.
think of that.
You know what I've always wondered
I
is
just
how-
had this image of him just like, oh man, I gotta charge my truck. And he just parks it in a running fucking stream, and he's just like, what are you doing? Well, they told me solar panels was an option, but this is so
this
much
paddle
more
wheel-
efficient.
this wooden paddle
This-
wheel I
this
got is
wood-
so much better.
Looks like one of those old mill
Yeah, exactly. Exactly
Yeah.
what it is.
fucking Thomas
Hangs out the
Kincaid.
back of it.
Unless there's a drought, then you would be screwed. Then you would be out there stuck in the desert, really
be
wishing you had some fucking solar panels
He said,
What I've
needs to
always-
know.
to blow on it.
What I've
He's
always
under
wondered.
he's under the truck, just patting it like a cat.
Exactly. Yeah, like it's
Got you, boo.
running in it.
Got you.
Running in it like a rat.
Look, and this is a serious thing though. I don't understand why he's trying to do all of this fucking electric truck, electric car, or whatever. If you're gonna spend that kind of money coming up with a truck that you consider a truck that is that fucking ugly, you might as well save that money and try like perpetual motion or some shit. That way you it. Yeah, I mean,
Well, no, the thing
Hell.
is, the thing that I'm going to agree with you on the argument is they forget that I think, what was it, Jeff Foxworthy said the best way. Now, if they want to sell that truck, just put a glitter finish on it?
paint it like a fishing lure.
Yeah, paint it like a fishing boat. But no, rednecks are particular about their truck, and they don't drive. They don't. You will see arguments start about a fucking pickup. No, if you brought that ugly fucking thing like around us,
I think if somebody wanted to let me drive one and play with it for a minute, I'd do it.
I would too. I mean, it looks like a tank.
It
Yeah,
looks
it
like
does.
it looks like a DeLorean shit on a
what it
four-wheel
looks
drive
like.
frame.
What it looks like is whenever your parents were like,
go.
"We're not going to buy you any more
Eighty-seven
cars,"
miles
and
an
you
hour.
made one out of cardboard.
Yeah, it looks. It
If
looks
it can
like.
time travel, I'm buying it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
like, if
Hey,
it,
you know, if I got in one of those trucks, first thing I'd have to do is get it to 88 miles an
Yeah.
hour, just see what happens.
The only thing they could sell off of that truck in Shreveport would be the rims and tires, and they probably couldn't sell them because somebody'd steal them before they got a chance to.
if they parked it out at that or Ford dealership, or that was a Chevy dealership right there at Stonewall Frierson exit, right?
Yeah.
Somebody went in. And
See, I just want y'all
stole
to
all
know
the
that,
rims and tires.
that's the kind of luck I have. I feel with life that somebody was like, "We're going to give you a truck," and then I walk outside and it's that. And I'm like, "Oh,
I'd take it in a heartbeat.
no, I mean
sell
I'd
the shit
take
out
it."
of
In a heartbeat.
That's what you'd
exactly.
sell.
That's what I've always, man, yeah, now let me win something. Somebody give me a car. Yeah, I'm selling that bitch.
yep.
I mean,
Let me win
I wouldn't
the-
turn it down. I mean,
I know.
Let me win the HGTV Dream Home. I'm
Yep.
selling that motherfucker, man. That $2.3 million house. Yep. It's
I don't
up
know.
for sale.
If I want a $2.3 million house, my wife would live in it, and I'd stay somewhere else.
But how you gonna afford the taxes on it that first
No,
year?
I'm just kidding.
Afford the taxes on $2.3 million house.
We would have conjugal visits. I don't know.
I'd sell that motherfucker in a second.
If it costs that much, that's a big ass house.
Oh yeah.
That'd have to be a
Dude,
big
That's
house.
a lot of house.
Well, this last one was in Montana.
I
Well,
got
it
a
could-
couple
it
over
could
in
be-
Southern Trace that are that bit that
Oh,
cost
I'm not
that
talking
much.
about the St. Jude. I was talking about the HGTV. St. Jude Dream Home is like $400,000 house.
I'd
It could
take
be a
that
four-
too.
You keep
400
that
square
mother-
foot apartment
you
in
keep
San
that
Francisco.
motherfucker.
Those are like $600,000.
You could give me a fucking
Yeah.
shed. I mean,
I'll take
I
it.
wouldn't turn anything down, really. I mean, oh yeah, I would. There's a couple things I would turn down.
I saw your high school girlfriend, man. I know you won't turn anything down.
Oh come on,
Whoa, Jesus.
come on.
That was really aggressive.
Yeah, Thanksgiving.
Wes?
I passed one of them down the line
What?
for Glenn.
Oh,
I don't know.
See,
I don't know. It
look.
sounds like a good place to end this show.
no, I'm gonna
Stories.
tell you what it is. That's what I lost my virginity to. It's,
Oh, we're doing this. All right.
yeah,
So
no.
let's get into it.
I
fine.
didn't think he was actually gonna say it.
He was bringing meat and potatoes
So,
for
all right.
Thanksgiving.
All right.
Let's
So,
get
what's
about
this
that.
guy's name that you lost your virginity to?
Well, I can't say her name, but
I said guy. I was talking shit. So I was just playing.
It's close.
Oh man.
he's a bad cousin.
I thought I was a good cousin.
Well, never mind. Anyway, so
Anyway, long story short, no, I
Her
lost
name
my
was Tom.
virginity.
She was about 6 inches long.
I wouldn't count.
All I'm going to tell you is the way that went down is it was my first time,
right.
That's typically how you lose your virginity.
That
Right,
I think that
yep.
goes hand in hand.
and
Qualifies.
I'm a firm believer that if you don't get yours on your first time, that it didn't happen. At least that's how I'm gonna call it.
I didn't get high the first time I smoked weed, but I still smoked weed, so that's not a valid point.
I kind of have.
Basically,
So, but anyway,
so the
your
next
long story,
it's-
still long. Anyway. So basically, you shagged her rotten. You didn't blow your load, and you're like, you know what? That wasn't it.
No, so I woke up the next morning and I'm in her bed and I look around and I'm like, oh man, my room is not decorated in ladybugs.
No.
And I see
Yes, it
this.
was.
There was a large hump of a human next to me,
Right.
and she rolls over and she giggles at me. Ha ha! What happened? And I don't know what it was about that pissed me off. Like it hit me in the pride or some shit, you know. And I was like, well, I would assume since we're both naked and there's a used condom that sex happened. And we are never going to speak again. I need you to put a pillow over your face. I'm going to go in there, steal a honey bun, and never talk to you again.
She wasn't that large either.
She wasn't that bad. It was like a fucking nightmare. It's like you woke up next to Godzilla.
That's just romance.
Well, but let me ask you this. There's a very important question I need to ask here. Was it an iced honey bun?
Yes.
All right.
I left my friend's shoes that I was wearing because I was drunk. It was my
Random fun fact.
Yeah. He's still mad at me because I left his shoes at her house
And was this last Thursday or was this years ago?
years ago.
Something tells me he's not mad anymore.
Yeah. That's like when you like shoot your parents' window out. You can tell them 10 years later you did it on purpose or something like that.
Or if you kill their bird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Anthony.
Or if you tell your mom the fact that her oldest son that she thought was a saint wasn't.
Glenn used to do all this bullshit where he would, if he lied to our parents and got caught, he was sick. He was like, oh, my stomach hurts so much because I lied. I need to tell the truth now. Well, fuck, they already knew the truth. They already caught him. And now he's just like giving up.
Now I have a stomach ache.
Now he has a tummy ache. And they're like, well, your brother just said that he lied. What about you? And I'm like, no, fuck no. I'm sticking to my guns
no, I
until
didn't have
y'all
nothing to do
just
with it.
believe I'm a liar.
He
for-
did eat my finger.
Yeah. And so Glenn always had this way of like getting out of stuff, and everyone just thought he was super. He can't do wrong because he feels physically ill when he does bad things. Glenn used to go fishing.
They
every day.
legit bought into that
Yeah,
shit
they bought
too.
into it, and so I was this demon child because I just would stick to my lie. Like, did you steal this money? No.
Wes
We
was a
have
kid.
this money. We found it in your wallet. Did you steal it?
Wes would have killed a nun in front of you and told you she died of natural causes.
That wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
But-
it was.
But I've, like I said before, this
He was gonna stick to it.
never
though.
smoked pot in my life. You know, not because I'm against it, just haven't really not been a part of my life. Anyway, so
You
Glenn,
passed.
who's like 14, 15, yeah, I went down the river one day. Someone asked me, I passed. And Glenn goes down to the lake. goes fishing, and he was just fishing a lot. And it wasn't until I was probably 26 years old that he's like telling someone, "Yeah, I used to go down to the lake every day and smoke me some pot, and cast a line." And I told my mom this yesterday. This is what was happening 17 years ago, and she's like, "Did you really?"
So now you're grounded till Christmas. You're grounded for 2 weeks, young man.
What's really funny is that he gets mad because even though he's unloosed all of my stories, my halo is still not tarnished in the eyes of my mother.
Well, that's good.
Now, my father, on the other hand, he knows damn good and well I was a heathen
Yeah.
and believes anything he says.
That's because I don't lie. I don't want to feel physically ill.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's
Man,
just
I love
'cause-
the holidays. It brings family together.
You know what else brings family together? I was going to say
Black tar heroin.
I was going to say death.
I
But
was going to say
Okay.
cancer treatment.
I was thinking funerals myself.
yeah,
It's
funerals.
Nothing positive.
about the only time we all get together anymore.
Free jet skis.
Oh, it's hey, what are you going to bring?
Corn.
Somebody died.
ice and cups.
Somebody died.
55 cans of corn.
Well, I'm bringing $80 worth of turkey.
Yeah.
$80.
Well, you spent $20 on.
We're
two
gonna have
turkeys.
9
I spent
turkeys.
One turkey that was 4 times the size of that. I spent $700 on it. It was the biggest one. Uncle Scrooge threw me some money out the thing. Told me to buy the biggest turkey.
You could have just
Bring it.
paid. You could have just went down to the Derrick and got you one for $40.
Run down to the local
The truck stop, Derek?
The little
In
gas
Keithville?
station. Keep
Yeah,
going. Mr.
okay,
Ron.
Yeah. Shout out.
Oh yeah. Oh, my
Yeah.
bad.
Shout out, Mr. Ron.
Mr. Ron's awesome.
Yeah, I want to say if I look at my phone, I think I got his number in there because he reached out to us about being one of our restaurant partners, and we just don't deliver out there.
Why?
It's too far out.
They would rather deliver where you have to dodge the bullets.
No,
I don't get it. I don't understand why restaurants won't deliver to Keithville. I mean,
it's because it's too far out.
yeah, but
why?
there's a very good chance your driver's going to make the drive home.
Well, I mean, our drivers
I mean,
make
I know,
drive
I-
home every day, but it's just okay. So think about it
Do y'all,
like this.
do y'all deliver to the better parts of Shreveport?
He's asking, did you deliver to the hood?
No,
Yeah.
we don't.
No part of it.
But certain zip
Juella,
codes we don't deliver
70th
to.
Street.
So 7-Eleven-06 is out.
06 is out.
07.
Well, we don't deliver to 07 because it's just so far out.
Yeah, because that one goes all the way into Blanchard.
Yeah, that is Blanchard. So, but I mean, the big thing is if there was a bunch of if there was restaurants out in Keithville, I'd deliver in Keithville. But there's nothing for me to bring my drivers back from out there.
Because
I
they
have
don't
to
get
send
paid
my
by the mile.
Have to send my driver out 13 miles to Keithville to drive 13 miles back.
So what you're telling me is if there's a restaurant in Keithville and I happen to live there, I could be your driver and get all of that business.
Like, there's a lot of people in Keithville cooking.
Well, this
Yeah.
is true.
He said meth.
That's true. And we don't deliver meth yet.
Yeah, so I mean, when you get there, you'll have a good.
Yeah.
And one time Wes was at a restaurant. A guy offered him some meth.
There was
And then
once
what
I did
happened?
go to a restaurant.
What happened?
Got offered some meth,
Yeah.
and I passed.
Nice.
I'm just saying, meth is a booming business in Keithville.
In Keithville.
Yeah, matter of fact, Glenn, you had just left, and I'd made the comment that we were all in there watching the game at the shop, and I think somebody's lab blew up.
Yeah,
It
no,
wa-
I
it
was
was-
with
it
you.
was
I was
quite
in
loud.
there with
Oh,
you.
yeah, that's
I
right.
was in there with you.
Oh, y'all heard an explosion?
Yeah,
yeah,
it was
dude,
a
it was
big
a hell of
one. It was a boom, boom. Like there was a second one.
Yeah, it was like 2 propane tanks going up at the same time.
The first one was a lot bigger than the second one.
Yeah.
Well,
The
maybe
second
one
one-
big one and one small one.
Maybe the meth lab blew up and then the person exploded. And it just wasn't as...
Or maybe you can say what it really was, and it's the Illuminati, and they're building tunnels out there, man. They're fucking building tunnels!
If you won't get food delivered out there, the Illuminati doesn't give a fuck about digging a tunnel in Keithville. It's 13 miles both ways.
Uphill.
It's not the Illuminati.
And
It's
Epstein
it's-
did Epstein do it? Johnny, I need to know your opinion. Did he do it?
Did he kill himself?
Yeah.
I mean,
You're a rational thinker.
Word around the streets, he did not. I may be a rational thinker, but I
Because I know you got a really good kick out of that senator's tweets that,
That
spelled
shit
out
was so
that
funny.
spelled out
'Cause
Epstein
everybody's
didn't
getting.
kill him.
There was a post the other day. It's a bunch of movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, share when you get it or whatever. And I looked at that and I just started laughing. It's like, man, everybody's in on this. Epstein didn't kill himself.
Well, I mean, now they've charged, 2 guards with the fact that he did it? For not paying attention?
like something about not following the rules or procedure or something.
But, I mean, I'm surprised that he would have had a chance to kill himself because they had him locked up with that
Well,
big-ass
that
fucking
was
cop.
his second time.
No, but I'm saying, did
I
you see
looked
that?
at that stack of movies on that meme, and I was like, what is this, like a list of movies that black people didn't win Academy Awards for? Or it took me forever to figure it out.
No, there weren't enough movies on that stack.
I was like, hold on, is this like what people thought they should win on, and they didn't? Nope, I don't see Denzel.
I guarantee.
There was something, I don't remember what I tagged you in, but I tagged it in, and he stared at it forever. And then when he finally got it a few days later, he's like, do you know how long I fucking looked at that?
I was today years old.
Yeah.
Today years old.
Yeah.
If it's a math problem, I always look at it and then look at all the stupid people's answers like, the fuck were you thinking? And I immediately get it. And then it's something like that I should obviously get. And I'm like, I'll ask somebody tomorrow.
What is this D with a piece of fence beside it? Like, I don't understand this at all.
I'm trying to figure
Why
out.
is that guy in the stadium, like, at this football game with the letter D and then some fencing?
Why does
Like,
that
I just don't
T-Rex have
understand
dick
it.
for teeth?
Yeah, like, what's going on with
That
D-Rex?
was
T-Rex
terrifying.
is, oh, no,
T-Rex.
let's not do it. I already giggled it. Whitney Huge Tits. I don't need
Whitney Huge Tits coming to the Hustler Club.
Coming to the stage. This is DJ D-Rex.
Oh.
Whitney Huge Tits.
Hey, I signed him up one night as a stripper called Mr. Dick Dangles.
Yeah, and my dick's name was Cecil the One-Eyed Diesel.
Very nice.
I stripped at the Hustler Club for
Whitney
what?
Huge Tits.
Didn't you win it?
I got second.
He got second.
Big black woman.
Named Big and Sexy.
Yeah, she was big.
Dude.
Like,
Dude.
no, when
I've
she did
gotta-
the splits, her titty fell over. It didn't fall out. It went
Oh.
There's a girl that I'm friends with that was stripping, and now apparently she's got banned from the Hustler Club for amateur, period, I guess. But she keeps taking a picture with this chick. She's a black girl. Not my friend, but the other girl. The
Not
girl
his
is,
friend,
is
never.
like, she's like,
Not in Keithville.
look, the only reason that this is even funny is I'd have to show you the picture, but this girl is like the color of Glenn's shirt. And she
Black as
wears
fuck.
she wears like neon green lipstick and eyeliner. So every
Jesus.
time they take the picture, it looks like like your socks. I've got to try to find the picture, but dude, like in the photo, that's all you can see is her eyeliner and her lips, and then this like pale white girl beside her.
What the fuck is she hugging?
And everybody's like, "Oh, that's so cute." And I'm like, "These are a bunch of blind motherfuckers looking at this picture."
Jesus.
What'd you
Did you get
do?
a cramp?
Charlie Horse.
He shoved a thermometer up his ass and he's got
He's
this
shitting himself
diarrhea
over there.
waterfall going on over here.
Well, this has been episode 14 of my podcast, His Man Cave.
Like,
Glenn needs to get some potassium in him, so I think we're going to call it.
Notifications.
Like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell your sister.
Make
tell
some
your
comments. If you like Garen, tell us.
No.
Don't tell us like, I like Garen.
mom. I like him.
No.
I thought he was pretty hot.
He
It was something about the way he went.
You know what'd be really
Johnny
good?
was talking about.
I really hope that like when they do like the little thumbnail of this one, it shows my brother sitting next to me and everybody thinks that we got Tony Romo in here. And
That's
they're like,
gonna
oh
be
man,
great.
we're gonna
You know
love
we're gonna have to
that.
put as
I
a
think they
tag
just
as
saw the
Tony
side of my
Romo.
face this whole time. So it was
Yeah.
It's,
around.
it's
Yeah.
Romo with a different jersey
They're
on.
gonna be
What's
like,
gonna be
man,
funny
I
is
Wrong
people-
number.
People are going to comment and be like, he looks nothing like fucking Tony Romo. What's wrong with you
Yeah.
faggots?
Hey, that'll make you feel better. Then your wife will be like, yeah, he doesn't.
Maybe she'll love me then.
It's your wife. She won't.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
I'm learning that. Anyway, that being said,
Oh,
whoa.
shit. All right. We're going to talk after. Don't forget we record for a couple of
It's
minutes
gone
after.
great.
Don't just start ranting immediately.
Just start ranting. Just open the door. All right. It was good. See you later.
All right, you guys. Like, subscribe, notifications, all that jazz. Tell your friends. Tell your people. I got a show at Great Raft on the 30th of November.
And I've got one on December 6th in Monroe.
All right, we're at Monroe.
Monroe.
In Monroe. All right.
Downtown
Details
Monroe.
to come. I got another one on the
No,
13th.
like that's what they said. Would you like to do a show in downtown Monroe? I'm like, where? And he's like,
On top of a building, Batman.
downtown Monroe at 10 o'clock, which sounds like a shady time to meet someone at an undisclosed location.
All right, well, keep an eye out for G. Lynn in Monroe, downtown, 10 o'clock on
Funroe.
on the 6th, you said?
Yeah.
On the 6th. So, all right, well, till next time, deuces and spruces, bitches.